So if you're taking your exam on Windows, this is a highly recommended video to watch. If you do not also attend any of the mock exams, you should be watching this video until the end. Okay, so once you log in, you will be given a username and password that you should use to log in. You should not use your personal username and password because they will not work. Use the ones that are given to you in a paper. First thing you should do to access the quiz, either Microsoft Edge or Google Chrome, you should open them. First thing it will open on is Quarkus, and you will enter here your own Quarkus credentials as you normally do to log in into Quarkus. Once you log in, it will open on ECE 244. You can access anything here that is within Quarkus, which means that you can access course information handout if you want to, but they're not relevant so much to the exam. But what is relevant is really the lecture notes. So you could access any of the instructor's lecture notes. So for example, here I'm accessing lecture 2 lecture notes. They're visible in the exam environment, and basically you could go back and navigate to other lecture notes if you prefer. That is totally fine. And okay, so this is for accessing notes. Of course, you need to start the quiz. The moment that you start the quiz, here we're still haven't published yet quiz 1. It starts at 6:15 on October 1st. But let's say I'm trying to access the mock quiz that is currently ongoing. You can go ahead and basically start it. The exam will look more or less like this, with some instructions, and the questions will be there, true and false, MCQ questions, and whatnot. Of course, there will be questions that ask you to implement some code, and for that you will have to go ahead and use VS Code. Okay, so to access VS Code, you can press on here and you can open the app. First thing that it will open on, it will basically look like this. First thing is that it will open on the desktop. To be able to compile and run any programs, you'll have to create a folder, let's say for question 5. And under question 5, you have to create a file that is called Q5, for example, and it has to have an extension of .cpp. Of course, you can write your program here. I'll write a very simple program and test out VS Code. Okay, so to compile the program, of course, you have to make sure that you're compiling the correct folder, and you can press on compile. Once the compilation is over, you can go ahead and click on run. It prints out the output for you. Of course, you can also use the debugger, and the debugger is used from here. On Windows, once the debugger basically starts, it will produce a window, an external window. You can access it if you minimize this window and basically look at the terminal window outside of VS Code. And in this case, for example, I will proceed with the step over. This basically prints the output here on this external window. If you want to stop VS Code, the debugger, of course, you know how to stop that. Okay, and let's say you're done with doing your question, you can just go ahead and copy the program and basically go ahead and paste it here. So for pasting, to make sure that you're pasting the spaces as well with the formatting, you can paste as plain text. This will ensure that you are copying the indentation as well. The other thing is you have to make sure that your file has been saved. I highly encourage you to click on file here and tick autosave. It will not be ticked for you, so I recommend that you do that as soon as you start the exam. And basically, if you would like to basically submit before the time, you have to submit the quiz once you're done. If you don't, once the time is up, it will be automatically submitted. Whatever is that you do on VS Code on the computer, we will not be able to mark that. Only we can mark whatever you have submitted on Quarkus quizzes. So once you're done, you submit, and basically that's it. We'll see you at the exam.